So let us take one more example of the same type. So here we have to evaluate 0 to infinity, x to infinity, e raised to minus y by y dy dx. So note that these are the functions of x. So here is the function of x. So that means that it is given for the limits of y. So they have given y varies from y is equal to x to y is equal to infinity, and x varies from 0 to infinity. So by changing the order of integration, so here the x limits are taken as the constant. So now we have to take y limits as the constant limits. So by changing the order of integration, so let me plot this. So this is for y is equal to x. So we know that y is equal to x is the line which passed through the origin. So this is the line y is equal to x. And y is equal to infinity, it means that it's a y-axis. So x is taken from 0 to infinity. So that means that x limits are the constant limits. So that x-axis is taken, and y limits are taken from y is equal to x to y is equal to infinity. So they have considered here the vertical strip. So the region of integration is between the y is equal to infinity to, so it is the whole part of the region above this line. The region above the line y is equal to x is the region of integration. Now after changing the order of integration, we need to take the constant y as the constant limits. So note that the y values are ranging from 0 to infinity in this region of integration. So by changing the order of integration, we have the y limits are from 0 to infinity. Now taking the horizontal strip here, so it is the line, let me take that as PQ. So it's a horizontal line. Now when you take a horizontal line, we need to consider the limits of x. So any x at the point P is given by, it is the point on the y-axis. So that will be 0 to any x on the line y is equal to x is given by y. So it is y. So by changing the order of integration, we have the limits of x as 0 to y and the limits of y as 0 to infinity. So it is y is equal to 0 to infinity and x is from 0 to y. The given function minus y by y. So the order of integration will be dx dy. Note that, so first we have to integrate first with respect to x. With respect to x, e raised to minus y by y is the constant. So therefore, keeping e raised to minus y by y as it is, so there is nothing, function of x means it is 1 and integration of 1 is x. Substituting the limits, it's 0 to infinity, it is e raised to minus y by y minus 0. So y and y get cancelled. So we have e raised to minus y from between 0 to infinity minus y dy. Integrating, the integration of e raised to minus y is e raised to minus y divided by minus 1. So that is between 0 to infinity. Substitute the upper limit, e raised to minus infinity by minus 1 minus e raised to 0 by minus 1. E raised to minus infinity is 0. So therefore it is 0 minus e raised to 0 is 1, 1 by minus 1. So therefore After changing the order of integration, the value of the integral is I is equal to 1. Thank you for watching.